Hi Sagittarius, I'm Ronique and welcome to Scorpio Soul Time. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to your mid-February through mid-March career tarot reading. This is where we're going to look at your finances, your job, your self-worth. Where is it that you need to use the astrological energy to possibly make a pivot? I will tell you the last week of February is a really big one, as we will have all planets direct February 23rd through February 28th. So if you can take advantage of that, it will really help you in terms of having a boost from the universe. We will also be entering into eclipse season. By the time we get into March, we will have a lunar eclipse in the sign of Virgo, and we will also have Venus and Mercury both retrograde during the month of March. So lots going on, Sagittarius. Do take a look at the description box below. I have highlighted all the important dates. If you haven't already taken a look at those February monthly readings, I think those will be helpful as well. All right, you all, let's start mid-February. So in your career, the High Priestess, right around mid-February, around that Leo full moon, major arcana, as well as the Judgment card in reverse, another major arcana. Last week of February, find you with the Five of Pentacles in the reverse, as well as the Queen of Swords, also in the reverse. As you come into March, Queen of Cups in the reverse, as well as the Ten of Wands, hopefully getting to the end of a hard period there, Sagittarius. As we move into mid-March, we have the Ace of Swords in the reverse. This is right around the beginning of that eclipse season, as well as the Seven of Cups. So possibly a lot going on for you all by the time you get into eclipse season. So let's make sure these are all straight and in view for you. All right, so Spirit, if you can send my Sagittariuses a card representing the energy that they bring into mid-February. What energy should they be aware of? And you have, oh, look at that. You actually have two cards. You are the first one to get two cards so far. Let's see what they look like. So you have the Emperor and you have the Queen of Pentacles. Very beautiful energy. So for many of you all, Sagittariuses, you all are coming into this period of heightened awareness around what it is that you want with that Emperor card. Queen of Pentacles is that sign of feeling very secure with your money situation. And if you are not feeling the Emperor or the Queen of Pentacles, I want you to know this is an energy that will be with you throughout the month of February and into March. This is an energy that you can tap into at any time. And if you are feeling like you are not in control of what you want to do, the Emperor and the Queen of Pentacles are very cards that are very sure of themselves. And if you are not feeling this, know that you have this energy to ask your spirit guides, to ask your angels to help you tap into this. If you've been looking for a job, if you have been trying to rise in the ranks at your company, I do think that this energy is going to be needed as you enter, especially into March, when we have all of that forward movement energy. So keep that in mind throughout this next, I would say next 6 to 8 weeks, because eclipse season is going to be a doozy, meaning like there's a lot going on there, and you want to make sure you tap into that Queen of Pentacles and that Emperor card. Okay. All right. So let's pull one last card and ask Spirit to send you a oracle message for your career mid-February through mid-March. Look at that. Choose wisely. So for many of you all, this is going to be a period of time, Sagittarius, that you are going to be asked what it is that you really want. I will tell you that this choose wisely is very similar energy to that Seven of Cups. Where is it that you want to go? How many options do you have? And how many do you need to let go of, right? Are you trying to focus on too many things? Spirit is telling you choose wisely. You really only need to focus on a few to make sure that the energy is going in the right way. You don't want to water down your blessings, water down all of your achievements, okay? And I do think, Sagittarius, this is going to be you know, a period that everyone is having to adjust to. This is a lot of dynamic change as we come into mid-February and into eclipse season and Venus and Mercury retrograde. Now, I will tell you that Leo full moon on the 12th, Mercury entered Pisces on the 14th, and the Sun entered Pisces on the 18th. During this time, many of you all have had heightened awareness with that high priestess. Many of you all have had a decision to make that I think that you all are having challenges making, whether it is leaving a position, a career, possibly trying to look for better employment somewhere. Some of you, I feel like, are having to deal with some reality check here in the mid-February that possibly you are still getting used to how to deal with this. And I do think that there's some energy either with you or people around you of how do we settle into this new reality? And I do think that High Priestess is going to help you tremendously, but you will have to ask your spirit guides. You will need to meditate. You will need to practice some type of pulling yourself away from, you know, the news and all of the stuff that is making your mind go crazy. I do think this energy is going to help you tap into your own success because you all have some positive energy here. The Emperor, the Queen of Pentacles, choose wisely. There's a lot of goodness, but I do think that by the time you get into the end of February, that last week of the month when all planets are direct, February 23rd through 28th, I really like seeing the Five of Pentacles in reverse. By the time you get to Mars moving direct in Cancer on the 23rd, I do think you all are not focused so much on who or where or who is it that made you feel like you didn't have enough money or that you weren't worth it. I feel like that Queen of Swords is someone that you're trying to put out of your mind, someone who possibly made a decision, whether it was to let someone go or possibly make some rules that you feel are unfair. I feel like you are not stressing about this any longer. Sag, I think by the time you get to Pisces new moon on the 27th, you all are feeling much better about your situation. And I do think that many of you all are going to be forgetting or at least putting this behind you, whatever comes up those last few weeks of February. But use that week really to tap into putting out resumes, networking. By the time you move into March, we will now have this slowdown beginning. Venus moves retrograde in Aries on the 1st. Mercury enters retrograde shadow in Aries also on the 1st. And then by the time we get to the 3rd, Mercury enters Aries. So communication, drive, and power become energetic to forge new beginnings. But I do think that for many of you all, there's some type of endings here. This 10 of Wands, as well as that Queen of Swords in reverse, this is you letting go of someone, something, a business, a company that was not gelling with you. You were not feeling fulfilled. You were feeling it was toxic. There's something here around endings by the time you move into March. Some of this can also start being felt right here that last week of February because you do have that Five of Pentacles. So that could have been like you moving on from people who are no longer it feels like you all are moving away from people who are no longer serving you. That Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups, both in reverse, that is like toxic bosses or organizations. And I do think that by the time you get to the end of this reading, which is mid-March, this is when we have a huge energy shift. We'll have the Sun conjunct Saturn in Pisces at 22 degrees on the 12th. March 14th brings that lunar eclipse at 23 degrees of Virgo. This full moon will highlight what details you need to start focusing on. You all need some type of clarity around a decision, around some information, and I don't think you're going to get it at this time because you have too much slowdown between Mercury, Venus. March 15th brings that Mercury retrograde. It's finally here, beginning in Aries, and then it will retrograde all the way back into Pisces by April 7th. I will tell you that this Seven of Cups is that choose wisely energy. Where is it that you need to take your time? Don't rush a decision. I do think if you can put this decision off until the latter part of April, until you have Mercury behind you moving forward, that's going to be a lot better for you. Okay, so I do think that this is going to be an important time, Sagittarius, where you're just really trying to figure out, do you need to make a rash decision now? Do you really need to leave that job? Do you really need to go start that new business? If you can wait until, like I said, the latter part of April, I think a lot of this will clear up. But you all do have a lot of strong energy behind you with that Emperor, that Queen of Pentacles, that High Priestess. So take advantage of that, but make sure you're choosing wisely. All right, Sagittarius, I hope this was helpful for you. Take a look at your sun, moon, and rising signs in this video series. I hope you all have a great mid-February to mid-March, and I'll talk to you later.